Selling on Alibaba.com has gotten easier than ever. Introducing our new flexible payment plan options. When you sign up for an Alibaba.com seller membership, choose between paying annually or quarterly. Regardless of which plan you choose, get the same seller service and all-encompassing suite of features that make us the world's leading online B2B marketplace. With 0% commission taken on sales, keep the customer relationships you make and profits you win. Conduct business the way you want to. Build the business you've always wanted, now with more flexibility than ever. Let's make it easy to do business anywhere.
Sell on Alibaba.com.
I know that I have to keep going and growing into the future.
It's a roller coaster being an entrepreneur.
Making minimum wage.
It was really tough, but it's important to trust your gut.
I know this is going to work. I know this is going to work. I know this is going to work.
And that's where our research began, like, oh my gosh, we could actually do this.
And that was the moment. If no one else is going to do this, then I have to.
And that is where the process really began. We thought of an idea, make our own paddles that didn't just look good, but actually played well.
Produced bamboo toothbrushes that also gave back to different causes.
A vinyl figure for my kids to create new characters based off of their imaginations.
Finding the right supplier was the most important step in the process.
We can actually source the products from Alibaba.com.
It was like lightning just struck.
When I started reaching out to suppliers, I learned a lot.
They worked with the design and the engineering.
We got a few dozen prototypes. We played with them, we tested them. The manufacturer listened to our feedback.
They helped coach me on the entire process from start to finish.
And then finally getting the one. This is it. This is our product that's now ready for the world.
It was like Christmas. There's this thing that you designed, that you created, and it's here, it's real.
People started placing pre-orders.
My dad was the person that we actually shipped the first one to. I remember he was so excited.
There's a certain sense of joy when you see a kid's face light up when they play with these toys.
People see the vision and they are part of the vision. Being an entrepreneur
is the greatest job ever.
Hello and welcome to our webinar today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today's webinar is called Sell and Create New Products Together on Alibaba.com. My name is Jessica Chen and I'm the host today. I'm one of the marketing managers on Alibaba.com North America. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have some really cool speakers coming up for you. So first, before we get started, I want to first get to know you guys a little bit. So let me see. Here we go. So let's learn about you. I'm going to launch a very, very brief poll. There's only 3 questions, don't worry. And the more we learn about you, the more we know how to tailor this talk towards your needs. So we appreciate if you try to answer the polls. So, okay, question number 1. What are you looking to do on Alibaba.com? Do you want to sell products or source products, or both sell and source products, or neither? Maybe you just want to check us out and see what's going on here. Okay, I'm going to give you guys another 15-ish seconds to put your answers in there. The wonderful thing about our platform is how flexible and versatile it is. So depending on what your goal is, there are plenty of things you can try to do with our platform. Okay, so I'm going to end the poll now. So it looks like the majority of you guys are here to both sell and source. That makes a lot of sense. One of our speakers here is Carmine from the United Inventors Association, and I assume that maybe some of you guys are part of that association. And that's the case, it makes perfect sense why you would want to source and then potentially sell those products that you make on Alibaba.com. So anyway, next. And then next one. Tell us about your business. So we would like to know, what kind of business are you? Do you consider yourself a manufacturer, a wholesaler, distributor, a retailer, or something else? Maybe you do some other kind of business model. So I'm going to give you another 15-ish seconds to get your answers in. Alrighty. Okay, so let's see. Thank you so much for participating. So let's share the results. So it looks like most of you guys consider yourselves to be other, which will be really interesting to see. One more thing I forgot to mention, which is that We will have two different Q&A points where we'll answer questions and Q&A sessions in this talk, but during any time during this presentation, you can put in a question of your own. At the very bottom, there's like a Q&A box. That's the only place where we can look at questions. So if you have any questions at all, please let us know. We'll be happy to answer them. Okay, finally, what would you like from us? What are you looking forward to learning about in this session? How to bring your products to market, how to come up with products that the market will love, how to use Alibaba.com to source materials for those products, or how to use Alibaba.com to sell your products. All right, I'm going to give you guys 20 extra seconds this time. This is a little bit more complex of a question, but like answering this question will let us know like what we can like give you more answers about. Again, if you have any questions whatsoever, you can put the questions in the Q&A box at any time during this talk. We will address them later. All right, so let's share the results. So it looks like, I feel like most of the answers are pretty evenly split, although I think the number one question seems that people want to know how to use Alibaba.com to source materials. You'll be very happy because near the end of this talk, there's a section about a special service we launched that does help people source materials. So great. All right, now let's properly get started. So now that I know a little bit about you, here's a brief video to give you an overview of Alibaba.com in case you are like not familiar with us whatsoever. You can see a little bit what we have to offer. So please enjoy.
Unleash infinite business opportunities with Alibaba.com, the world's largest online B2B marketplace. With over 40 million active buyers, 300,000 daily inquiries, important business deals are being made around the world all the time using our platform. Best of all, we take 0% commission on your sales. By signing up as an Alibaba.com supplier, you keep the money you earn, every single cent. Now is the perfect time to sign up. Professional onboarding services can get you started faster and with less stress than ever. Take advantage of classic Alibaba.com features, such as attracting buyers from over 200 countries and regions to your online store, where they can reach out with inquiries about your products. There's also no need to worry about language barriers. We translate your store messages into 15 languages so you can communicate with the world with ease. Proactively net orders by browsing and responding to sourcing requests on the Request for Quotation or RFQ market. Any relationships you gain from reaching out to sourcers on the RFQ market are yours. Finally, attain exclusive data-driven insights and 24/7 customer support from our team right here in the USA. We'll help guide you to success using proprietary insight gained from our over 20 years in online B2B sales. Because of these features, Alibaba.com has become the wholesale B2B platform trusted by US suppliers. Grow with us no matter your business type. Now, it's easier than ever to start selling with our new flexible payment options. Let's make it easy to do business anywhere.
Sell on Alibaba.com.
All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that. I saw a question about whether or not you will receive a webinar replay, and I'm happy to say that we will send you out the webinar replay. You can look for it on our YouTube channel, but also we'll send it to you in your email if you registered, so that'll be great. I'm going to briefly run through what the agenda is today. So first, Mattia Miglio, who is our Director of North American Business Development, is going to introduce to you what Alibaba.com is, and then also how to create and sell new products on Alibaba.com. Then we're going to turn things over to our very special guest, Carmine Denisco, who's the president of the United Inventors Association, and he's going to show you how to create new products with e-commerce platforms. And then finally, we're going to tell you how to turn your dreams into reality and also how to start selling on Alibaba.com, thanks to our enterprise account executive, David Yo. So here we go. Let's bring Mattia to the stage. Please welcome Mattia. Yay!
Ciao, Jessica. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing fine. It's a very cloudy day today in Mexico City.
It looks super sunny and from the image. You look like you've been getting a tan. But yeah, I'm gonna turn it over to you. Have fun.
Okay, so hello everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I'm thrilled to guide you through this exciting journey of creating and selling your own products on Alibaba.com. First of all, let me thank Carmine Denisco, President of the United Inventors Association, for being with us today. And I know that he has some very exciting tips and a very interesting presentation for all of you. If you have any questions, I remind you to use the Q&A button on the bottom of your screen. And also, if you have any particular question, you can scan the QR code on my right and schedule a meeting with me or with our team. Let's start talking about Alibaba.com, and a name that many of you might be familiar with. Alibaba.com is not just another e-commerce platform. It's a global marketplace today that connects buyers and sellers from all around the world. With a presence with over 200 countries and regions, Alibaba.com is the leading B2B e-commerce platform globally. Imagine having access to a platform that boasts 40 million active buyers and over 200,000 sellers from 75 countries. I am from Italy, and we have now thousands of sellers that are selling made in Italy products all over the world. That's the scale we're talking about. Whether you are starting a startup in San Francisco, or a fashion brand in Montreal, or a food and beverage company here in Mexico City, Alibaba.com brings the global market to your doorstep. But what makes Alibaba.com truly invaluable, especially for new founders like many of you here today, is the comprehensive ecosystem that supports every stage of your business journey. From sourcing raw materials, I heard that many of you are interested about this, to selling finished products. Alibaba.com offers a one-stop solution. So if your dream of creating a new product and selling it on a global scale, you are today here in the right place, because I will give you some advice, and I will show you how Alibaba.com can actually make your dream come into reality. So let's get started. So here are the numbers of Alibaba.com. As I mentioned, we have been present in the market since 1999 when we were founded. And today we are a global platform with more than 200 million products from 75 countries. And our platform is in constant change. One of our value is that change is the only constant. And also I will ask Carmine later on what were his impression during our co-create event last month, where we presented some new technological tools that we will help all of you to sell and source on Alibaba.com. Now let's watch a video that gives you a better understanding of our platform.
Requests and get quotations from matching suppliers in as little as 3 hours. Chat with them wherever you are. Check them out, connect with them. Discover your next winning product with millions of video tips at your fingertips. Pay for your order with confidence, knowing that Alibaba.com supports multiple payment methods, encrypted and secure, so your data is safe with us. Track your shipment every step of the way, so logistical uncertainties won't get in your way.
So today we're here to understand how to create a product and how to sell this product thanks to Alibaba.com. So let's go to the slide from idea to sourcing to selling, the 5 phases. Before we dive into specifics, let's take a moment to understand the bigger picture. Creating a product and selling it on Alibaba.com can be broken down into 5 crucial phases. This roadmap will guide you from the spark of an idea all the way to successful selling. Ideation. Firstly, the idea phase. This is where it all begins. Use Alibaba.com data analytics to identify market trends, demands, and gaps. I always talk about blue oceans. Our platform can support you to find blue oceans in different markets, but also here in the United States. Validate your product idea by understanding what the market is looking for, thanks to Alibaba.com analytics tool, market evaluation. The second phase is market evaluation. Once you have a product idea, you can use Alibaba.com analytics to validate its potential. Are people searching for your product? Is very demanding specific markets? What is the average price and from your competitor, especially here in North America, where it's crucial to have an idea, but also to understand and validate this idea. The third phase is sourcing and customization. When it comes to sourcing and customization, Alibaba.com makes very easy to find reliable supplier and customize your products. If you are used to source on Alibaba.com, you are perfectly in the right mood to understand that Alibaba.com is also a selling tool. You can use Alibaba.com to sell globally, to find a distributor, a retailer, an importer here in North America, but also in other parts of the world. If you're sourcing organic beauty ingredients or high quality textiles, Alibaba.com has a global network of suppliers to meet your needs. Trade assurance. Trade assurance in Alibaba.com is the perfect tool, especially for new founders and startups, to understand and be ensured that when they search for ingredients, packaging, machinery, or final products. And the last phase is selling and scaling. Once your product is ready, it's time to list it on Alibaba.com. Take advantage of online trade shows, live streaming, and Alibaba.com vast user base to amplify your product visibility and sales. As we proceed through this webinar, we will delve deeper into each of these phases to equip you with tools and knowledge you need to succeed. The power of Alibaba.com analytics doesn't stop of market identification. It extends to validating your product ideas, as I mentioned, optimizing your listening, and even giving your marketing efforts and specific ways to market your products in different markets and towards different targets. And the best part, all this data is available of your fingerprints, making it easier than ever to navigate the complexity of this market and foreign market. So if you embark on a journey from ideation to selling, remember that Alibaba.com data analytics are here to guide you every step of the way. And our team, our direct sales team and our account manager team will guide you on how to use these dashboards. You will hear from David Ho, my colleague in New York, and it will give you also some ideas on how to use our keyword strengths, for example, by category, to understand if the market is ready for your idea, or maybe is some other competitors were already found this idea, but also how to price your product in different markets. So Alibaba.com, as I mentioned, is the tool that can make your idea a reality. But as I said, our platform keeps evolving, and we are in constant change to support your business to create and sell better. Last month, we had our first in-person event in Las Vegas, and our CTO launched our Smart Assistant. Our Smart Assistant will make you understand very easily our dashboard, and we will be your support on how to launch a product. So Jessica, let's launch the next video about our Smart Assistant feature.
Introducing the next stage in our journey. Meet Smart Assistant. It's your personal guide, backing you up from the start. Smart Assistant will be there for you from day one to help you with everything you need to start sourcing on Alibaba.com. It's an expert advisor designed to tailor insights just for you. Discover all there is to know about the products you want to sell, from rising trends to new niche markets. It's your creative designer bringing your ideas to life, helping you realize the products exactly the way you want them to be, instantly. And for you, we imagine so much more. Stay up to date on your target market and tap into business knowledge that goes beyond just data. It's intuition. Discover products ahead of the curve and find opportunities that effortlessly align with your goals. Create your next breakthrough. From a dream to a design to a product that's ready to go, all in one place. Logistics is never easy. Easier. But now you'll be able to seamlessly track and expertly predict the passage of your orders across the globe. Join us on this journey. Together, we'll co-create the future.
So you had an idea, you validated your idea thanks to Alibaba.com, and now you have to source for ingredients as you questioned before, but also for packaging, or if you want a finished product, you can also source from our OEM and ODM supplier. Alibaba.com understands that every business is unique, and so are its needs. That's why our platform offers a range of customization features you saw in this video that allows you to tailor your sourcing journey to your specific requirements. Whether you're looking to a certified organic beauty ingredient from Asia or high quality textile from Europe, Alibaba.com advanced filters today make it easy to find the right suppliers. You can filter a supplier by region, by certifications, and even by suppliers who offer trade assurance, ensuring a secure and transparent transaction. But that's not all. We understand that the modern business landscape demands efficiency, and we are committed to providing tools that make your sourcing process as smooth as possible. And this is why we have introduced Smart Assistant, but also some features that you saw in this last video as logistics and other tools. And what about now you have your product and your product idea, and you want to source for specific products. Our trade insurance is not just a feature, it's a commitment to secure, transparent, and reliable transaction between buyers and sellers. Let's break it down. Trade assurance rests on 3 pillars. First, on-time shipment. If a supplier fails to ship by the date set in the contract, you are protected. Alibaba.com will provide you with a refund. The second pillar is product quality protection. If the product quality or specification do not meet the standards set in the contract, Alibaba.com will be a party that will step into your sourcing problem. And thirdly, the payment security. Your payment is protected up 100% thanks to the trade assurance order amount, offering you peace of mind from the transaction. I want to remind you all that our platform is based on a very different business model, and I know that David will tell you more. We do not take any commission if you sell a product. That's why many of our buyers are looking to interact and match with sellers globally, but they will not use our payment services and our trade assurance services. You can, there are a lot of advantages, but you can also meet buyers, retailer, distributors, and finalize your contracts, your payment terms, your logistic terms outside the platform. We are a membership-based platform, so if you are a seller and want to sell on our platform, remember that we are based on a membership. So you will we have different kind of membership, and David, we will guide you through this membership. And now let's skip these slides and let's go on how to sell on Alibaba.com. That is the last phase. We talk about the advantages of selling on Alibaba.com, and now it's time to get into the nuts and bolts. How do you actually start selling on this global platform? As I told you, we are a membership-based platform, so you can schedule a meeting scanning the QR code here, and our direct sales team will guide you through the different options. Listing your product on Alibaba.com is very easy, and we have introduced a new AI feature that will let your company list your product in an easy way. Also, our account management team here in the US will guide you through all the steps of the way. We have also an educational program that is called ASTE that will support your companies to sell globally. And then you will have to create your account on Alibaba.com. I invite you to go on Alibaba.com and look for, example, European suppliers. I'm from Italy, and I give always this example. Barilla, the pasta producer, has a very unique storefront with many listening products. And as I mentioned in previous webinars, is your business cards towards retailer, distributors, importer globally. So the storefront has to be updated constantly. You have the possibility to have some product showcases to announce new launches, but also you have to leave our platform. Leaving the platform means that you have to engage on a constant basis with the inquiries that you will receive from the different buyers, but also you will have to answer to the request for quotation that buyer posts daily on our platform. Our buyers, 30 million buyers from 200 countries and regions, post more than 20,000 requests for quotation daily. It's very easy. You can filter this quotation based on the product, based on the country of origin, and so on. If you're already in a market, we will give you 5 sub-accounts. With sub-accounts, you can give it to a distributor, an importer. So all the inquiries and leads from a specific market will go directly into the mailbox of your sub-account, of your distributor in a specific market. And also, you will have to advertise your product. Thanks to our keyword advertising, you can buy some keywords, so the buyers will recognize immediately your products. And as I was mentioning, our platform is translated with real-time translation, and thanks now to our new technology, you can communicate also in different languages. And our communication tools will also guide you on how to answer or how to post a request for quotation, but also will allow you to identify the best supplier in the market. And these comprehensive tools are part of your membership. So our team will guide you through the different features, and you will be able to sell on Alibaba.com. So thanks to these 5 phases, I know that in the US, many of you are very familiar with Alibaba.com as a sourcing tool. In Europe, a lot of companies are already selling. So if you have an idea, validate your idea on Alibaba.com, source your ingredients, packaging, OEM, and then sell on Alibaba.com, because this platform will allow your companies to sell domestically, to find, for example, distributors in different states, and also to expand globally. In big companies are on Alibaba.com, not just for selling, but for the data, as I mentioned, for the data that our platform will give you. So you can also better strategize your marketing efforts in social media or in search engines or in different markets. And as I said, we continue change and create a new feature in our platform. them. If we go to the following slide, we have just introduced and will be live in the next month, smart searches. You can now search a product based on a picture, but also if you are a seller and you want to optimize your product picture, you can use our smart design that will allow your company, your product to be seen by buyers globally. And our tool also that we introduce is smart creative production. So imagine to have a product to post the picture. Our smart creative production will put your product in different backgrounds that will allow you to save time and to be more visible towards a different buyer. So thanks all of you for joining us today, and Carmine will give you some advice, and I hope to chat also with him. As we wrap up this insightful journey, let's take a moment to reflect on what we have learned. Alibaba.com is not just a platform, it's a comprehensive ecosystem designed to support your business at every stage, from the initial spark of an idea to sourcing, to quality assurance, and finally selling on new product. Alibaba.com is your one-stop solution to go global. We have walked through the 5 critical phases: ideation, where your business idea takes root; market validation, where you use Alibaba.com robust analytics to validate your concept; sourcing and customization, where you find the right suppliers and tailor your products; quality assurance, where our trade assurance will support you in your sourcing experience; selling, where you leverage Alibaba.com vast database and value-added services to make your products a success. For those who are targeting North American market, remember that Alibaba.com offers specialized resources and tools to navigate this unique market, thanks to our offices across the United States that will support your company each step of the way. So whether you are a new founder or an established business, Alibaba.com offers the tools, the reach, and the security to turn your business idea into a tangible, successful product. And I give it back to you, Jessica.
Thank you so much for your presentation, Mattia. Okay, so now we're going to go on to our special guest, Carmine Denisco, the president of the United Inventors Association. Let's welcome Carmine. Yay!
Thank you, Jessica. Great job, Mattia. I appreciate you guys having me on today. I have a little presentation put together, kind of covering what Mattia just went over, which was awesome, by the way. Really covered a lot of things that that Alibaba can do for not only brand new inventors, but also seasoned inventors, product developers, people that have been doing this for a long time. We all need help. I'm going to share a little slideshow that I put together, but I want you guys to know that you know, this is basically just an overview of what Mattia just covered, and I'm going to drill down a little bit into what he spoke about, what he talked about, and how not only inventors and people around the globe can help, but how Alibaba.com can help with each of these most important steps. I've taken thousands of products to market for not only for myself, but also for our clients here at Earmark Sourcing. I am the president of the United Inventors Association. So not only have I helped here in our company with thousands of products, but then people around the globe, we've helped not only look for products, help them find products, but also connected them with resources around the world. And what I love about what Alibaba.com is doing is they're taking all of these things that an inventor needs and they're putting them together on one platform. And it's really coming around, and it's making it so much easier to launch products. So as Mattia said, the first thing is your idea. When you're taking a product to market, we all have great ideas. We all want to think that every idea we have is that next $1 million idea, and it doesn't have to be. You know, you can take a product or multiple products and sell them consistently, that it creates a nice new income. You have to kind of decide what kind of inventor you want to be. Now, there's inventors that are creating, life-saving products around the world for heart transplants and brain, surgery and things like that. And then there's people that are creating products for fun or products for golf or sports or things like that. So deciding on the type of inventor that you want to be is important at first, because you have to look at different resources and the ways that you are going to not only develop those products, but also if you need to take on investors and partners and things in that sense. So as we talked about it, you really want to, you think you get that great idea, there's a problem that you're trying to fix, or there's a solution to a problem that may be bothering you. But what you really want to know is how many other people are having that same problem or issue, and is your invention large enough or big enough to be successful? Now, you could have a problem and a solution, the next step to fix that problem that you're having or that issue that you're seeing or witnessing. But is it big enough in the market? The market has to be able to make it worthwhile for you to develop that product, take it to market, develop it, sell it, and continually bring in funds and resources to continue that. What I love about what Alibaba.com does is you could have that idea, you could jump onto their platform, you could start doing some searching to see not only your solution to the problem and the problem that you're fixing, but how many other people have come up with that solution already. And what Mattia talked about was that blue ocean effect. So if you find that, wow, I thought I was the only one that having that problem, but there's a lot of solutions already out there, you may want to put that idea to the side. Now, your solution may be better. It may be, hey, their solutions are round, my solution is square, it's better. There's nothing wrong with taking that and looking at the solutions to a problem, your idea, and making a better mousetrap. There's nothing wrong with that. It happens all the time. If innovation didn't occur, it would be pretty boring out in the world, because we wouldn't have different types of cars and bicycles and different things in the world that people said, well, there's already a car out there, but I can make a better car. So that's the fun part of innovation. You just kind of have to decide if you want to jump into that blue ocean or red ocean and fight the battles that will be to come with your idea, with your product. The good part about it is with Alibaba.com, you can see what's out there. You can see what those people that are fixing your solution are doing. You can see what they're doing correct. You could see what maybe they're doing not so good, maybe through reviews and sales, and you can fix that problem with your idea, with your invention. So I'm not trying to deter you. It's just that being able to see what's out there very quickly can stop you from going down, and working on an idea, working on a solution for a long time, and then seeing that there's a lot of products out there that are already solving that problem. So once you decide on the idea, you say, this is it, I'm going to go forward with this thing. You want to conceptualize your idea. You want to say, this is what it's supposed to look like. This is how it's going to work. Now, this is where, again, Alibaba.com comes into play. Now, there's a lot of solutions out there, but I love having the ability to have most, if not all, of the resources that I'm going to need on the same platform. It really helps with being able to move quickly through the process and making sure that it all works together. So once you conceptualize the idea, the design, I like creating what's called an inventor's notebook. It's kind of outdated, but I'm old. So I like writing down my ideas, writing down my thoughts, seeing what's been out there, taking notes, what I've tried, what has worked, what hasn't worked, what I've seen out in the market. I've seen pricing, I've seen how things work, how things didn't work. I'm taking all those notes and I'm putting it into my notebook. Some people might want to use an iPad or do it electronically on their computer. But being able to do that really allows you to go back and say, hey, listen, I tried that. Or, hey, didn't I try that once before? Or if something happens to you and you want to stop working on this idea, but maybe one of your relatives wants to take over the idea or something like that. You can hand them this notebook or these notes, and they can kind of take over it, because we all want to, in some way, want our ideas, want our inventions to move and progress to a point where you see it in the market. So having that notebook is really good. The other good part about having an inventor's notebook in some ways is if you need to take on investors or some type of partners, you know, they see that you're organized, they see what you have done with the things that you've tried, and they see that you're dedicated to the project. If they have questions for you, say, yeah, we tried that last year on August 2nd, it didn't work. You know, this is what I tried, this is what we did. So having that notebook and just taking down notes is always a great idea. It really is. Now, again, this is just kind of drilling down deeper into what Matthew talked about with ideation, the validation, things in that sense. This is all the steps to really, before you're spending any money going too crazy, you're validating your idea to make sure that it is a good idea to move forward. It doesn't mean that it's a bad idea, or if the invention is a bad idea, or the product is a bad idea, but is there a big enough market to not only go through all the steps and go through all the resources to take that product to market? Or is there enough people that are having the same issue as you, or that would buy this product? You got to remember that you don't want to have to convince people that they have the problem or an issue that you have the fix for. They have to know, and they have to want to be able to, they have to want to spend money to fix it. If it doesn't bother them, and the problem is very minimal, and it doesn't bother them, then they are probably not going to have the need to buy your invention. Again, you don't want to have to convince people to do that. Also, the product shouldn't be overpriced to where they say, you know what, the problem's not that big, I don't need to spend that money on that. So a quick example is, you know, you come up with this really cool idea on how a vacuum cleaner hose is not going to get tangled or something like that, and it clicks onto the vacuum and it works for every vacuum, but the product that you're going to make is $400. Okay, most vacuums are not that much money, so your fix really is not going to work, because somebody's not going to pay more for your fix to fix a vacuum that doesn't cost that much. So again, it's kind of an odd little way of saying it, but you want to make sure that your idea is a feasible idea to make, to build, and to purchase for the end user, and they have to know they have that problem. All right. As you progress through, and I just want to let Jessica and Matty know, I'll talk about this stuff forever. So if I start running out of time, just interrupt me. We can take some questions at any time. But I love this stuff, so I'll just keep going. So do a quick concept sketch. You don't have to be an artist. You may want to do some CAD drawings, and that's where Alibaba Match comes into play. Alibaba.com Match comes into play. I love this service. If you're really looking for someone to help you, and you just don't have the time, or you don't have the expertise, which most of us don't, being able to bring on this platform and Alibaba.com, their Match program, I mean, this is a system or a way for you to move forward so quickly that I don't think there's anything else really out there like it. I mean, we work, again, with hundreds and hundreds of inventors, and I think it's a great program for people who just want to jump in, get things going quick. All of these things you see on the screen, I put these up here just to let you know that there's a lot of steps to take a product to market, and this is just some basic ones. But having a platform like Alibaba.com can really take these and put them into perspective, and can move you along very quickly without a lot of the missteps, time, and resources that could be lost or used going in the wrong direction. And that's what kills a lot of inventions, a lot of ideas, is that the inventor who has never done this before, they start off, they're great, and they go and they start putting their time and their resources, and they're going in that wrong sequence. They're going in that wrong direction. And then by the time they noticed it, they've used all their time and their resources. They've been working in the garage every night for a year. They've been away from their family and their kids, and everybody's really mad. But then they say, oh my God, I went the wrong direction. You're not going to be able to get those resources back and do it again. And a lot of times those inventions or those product ideas get shelved. And again, that's what's so great about the way Alibaba.com has made it much easier for people to move forward, not only quickly, but in the right sequence, in the right direction, right off the bat. And that's what I like about it. Next step would be going in and creating a looks like prototype. To me, there's multiple different types of prototypes. I want everybody to know that. Everybody talks about getting a prototype and they just want to get a prototype and they put it in their hand. But there's different prototypes and different cost factors, meaning that if I have this product and it's an electronic product and it moves and spins and it's going to, spin around and take off. But before I get all those electronics done, all those things done that's going to be very costly, I want to get one that it's a looks like prototype, meaning that it doesn't have the electronics in it. It may not fly. It may not do the things it's going to do in the end, but it looks like what I'm going to make. And when I get that product and it's a looks like prototype, it's a lot less costly, but I can see if it fits into where it's supposed to do. And I say, man, in my mind, I had a picture differently, but it just doesn't look right. And then you can make those changes before you go through all those costly issues and things that you did getting a prototype done with all the electronics, which are some of the next steps. So doing these things in the right sequence can really not only save you some time, it can save you headaches and also resources. Now, resources aren't just money and funds. Resources is that time that you spend from your family, those people that you're asking for favors, going down the road and asking an electronic engineer to help you with something. That's a resource that you could have used at the right time, at the right place, in the right sequence. So doing these types of things in the right sequence is very, very important, almost just as important as having that idea and following it through. So different types. So let me jump to some of the other things that you can do. So you would finalize your most viable product. You can use Alibaba.com to do that. The most viable product is after you go through your prototypes and you go through your works like prototypes and you develop the product and you get that final sample, as I would call it, you're going to make sure it does what it's supposed to do. And the most viable product is this. Look at the iPhone. There's 15 different versions of the iPhone. Now, iPhone 1, they started selling it. They knew there was some changes. They knew there was going to be some issues for it. That's why there's 15 other versions. Your product doesn't have to have every bell and whistle that you want it to have on its first version. And matter of fact, you might not want to do that because you're going to want your customers, your followers, your brand, people to come back and buy those next versions. As you add on, different trumpets and different things, how the product works better, you're adding on, okay, this one's going to spin around and this one's going to open up and this one's going to do that. You want them to be happy with your product. So they buy that version 2, they buy that version 3. So a lot of times an inventor, they want it to be that Swiss Army knife of inventions right off the bat, that version 1. Going to have everything, all your ideas, but I would recommend that you don't do that. Keep it as simple as possible for your first version. And this way you can get to market. You can see what your customers, your followers, the people that like your product, what they want, so that the next version will have what your customers want. Because a lot of times us as inventors isn't, and all the things we want it to be, isn't really what your customers and your followers are going to want. So that's something that I just want people to know, because again, with taking hundreds and thousands of products to market, we want to take down and drill down to the simplest version possible, that most viable product, that MVP, to get going. Not only is it a little less costly sometimes, but also you can get to market quicker with that. So just wanted to let you know that. Jessica or Mattia, are we good on time, or do we have any questions, or you want me to just keep going?
You have 5 minutes.
Okay, good. All right, that's good. So again, with Alibaba.com, we can really pretty much cover all of these, most of them, or they may be called a little bit something different. I just throw these word verbiage in there because that's what I'm used to. Again, so I think that with the platform that Alibaba.com has not only developed over the number of years, I think it is imperative to be able to search that and be able to check and see if these products are out there. Not only when I say the most viable product, but there might be some products out there that are kind of doing what your product or idea does in a different way. And it may give you some ideas before you go to production or changes and figure out ways to do things even better. So I'm not saying that you're going to copy somebody's product, but there's no reason to look at what's out there, look at ideas and do things the way some people are doing it correctly and be like, oh my, you know, that really works. I can use that for my industry. It's being used in this industry, electronics industry, but I can use it in golf, or I can use it in tennis, or I can use it in a different industry. So again, searching and doing research is imperative, even whilst you're developing your product, because it's going to be an ever-changing process. I just want you to know that. So in the end, you're going to get your most valuable product from your manufacturer, from your sourcing agent, from Alibaba's Alibaba.com's match program. However you're going to get that most valuable product, I call it the most valuable product, but it will be a functional sample. It could be different things. You will test it and you'll make sure it does what it's supposed to do. It's okay. It may not be perfect. It might not be exact, but that's when you're going to go back and you're going to talk with your manufacturer. You're going to give them those little tweaks and those little messages, and then they're going to create the product. They're going to create the functionality. They're also going to give you what should be what I call a tech pack, but they're going to give you drawings. They're going to give you information on what they're making for you. It might all be in different types or formats, but you'll want to have that again in case you have to engage a second factory, or, you know, if you're selling so much that you have to make one, you know, a lot of times a retailer may want you to have redundant factories. So you're going to want to duplicate what you might be making in an Asian country, and you might have to make it in Mexico or Guatemala, Honduras, or wherever you're going to make it. So you'll want to have that documentation, your tech pack. This is where, you know, Alibaba.com will help you with identifying that manufacturing resources, who can make that product, not only for the right price, but the right quality. And also shipping and logistics will come into play when you start working in that. And you're going to want to lock in that design before you create which you've probably all heard about as manufacturing molds and tooling. These are pieces of steel that we're going to make if you're using a plastic product or a rubber product or some type of product that can be molded in different ways. There's many different types of molds and tooling depending on your product, especially also electronics will take in different molds and tooling. So you're going to get everything. You're going to be very, very sure before you start cutting those molds and making that tooling. And that's when you're going to get that actual product, that manufactured product for you to check and test and make sure it works, which is really one of the coolest feelings in the world, when you get that product that you developed or thought about months prior, and now you have it in your hand and it's working. Hopefully it's working and it's doing things that you thought it would do. And it's probably even better than you ever imagined if you're following these steps and you're doing it correctly. It's just a lot of fun to get your product in your hand after all those months of work. The other things that, you know, Alibaba.com can help with, obviously, is with logistics and shipping. After you get all that, you will need to create what's called a finalized pricing structure. Basically, a lot of people call it, you know, landed costs. It's very important to know your numbers, so that when you are going to approach people and sell your product, which again, Alibaba can help you do, is that you're selling it for the right price and that you're making money, because you don't want to get into that mode. And I've seen this happen where people are just so excited that they're selling their product and it's going and going, but really they're not making money after all the costs and all the different things to go into place. They're just not making money, or not making enough money to sustain. And it's very important that you can put those cost structures together. And if you need help with that, find somebody that can help you. You know, all of us are good at something. Very seldom we're good at everything. And again, that's where that Alibaba.com platform comes into play. Those little pieces that we're missing, they can really put those pieces of the puzzle together. And it's very hard to know everything about everything, you know, so it's always good to find a company that can help you with most of the process, if not all. It's very important to do that. So again, I can keep going. I don't know, Matty, if we have any more time, or if you have anything else, or Jessica.
I think that's really great. Now I feel like we have a few questions in the Q&A box. So let's move towards like the answering questions part. Thank you for joining us, Mattia. Okay, so the first question has to do with coming up with can I come up with new device manufacturing and how it can be assured that the technology won't get copied? I feel like multiple people in the questions had wanted to know whether or not like people will steal their idea, or for example, Row Green also asked, must the product be patented and or trademarked before selling on your platform?
So I can add to that quick, Manny, if you want. So first off, don't let fear stop you. You know, you got to remember that there's ways to stop somebody from copying you. But if we worried about people copying us and we didn't move forward, we'd only have one car, we'd only have one bicycle, one phone. There's things like that that you, as the inventor, as the seller, can stop people from copying you. You got to remember that if I make a product for $1, but I sell it for $200, I'm leaving a lot of room for somebody to slide in and sell a product like mine. But if I sell the product at a good price, good quality, and I do work at branding and I'm building a name for my product, then somebody is not going to spend all the money to knock me off or copy my product, because it just won't be worthwhile for them to do that. So patenting and trademarking are kind of a myth. Now, I'm not saying that those things shouldn't be done, but it costs more to try to engage a patent infringement lawsuit than to do the product the right way at the right price with the right branding. And that's the way you stop copycats. You don't fear it. Don't worry about it. Because I can tell you this, if you're making a lot of money, someone is going to copy your product. They might make a square one and yours is round, but that's okay. Apple doesn't mind if somebody buys a Samsung phone. They just do what they do. They do it good, and they have great branding at a good price. So that's all you have to worry about. Just worry about creating a good product at a good price, and you don't have to worry about copycats.
I mean, the other part of it that I've heard from suppliers that do currently sell on the platform is like sometimes they say they went out through like customer service. Like if you're easy to get a hold of, or if you're easy to work with, then some people will just continuously come to buy your product anyway, because it's like,
yeah. Maybe Jessica, I can add you something about that. When you have your trademark or you have your intellectual property document in different countries, obviously, because our platform, as I said, is a global platform. We support constantly as Alibaba Group. I did not mention that Alibaba.com is part of a group. We have more than 22 companies from Lazada in Southeast Asia. There is a B2B commerce from Tmall. Maybe you are familiar with the biggest B2C e-commerce platform in China. From Trendyol in Turkey. You can, even if you are one of our clients or not, you can use our IPP platform. You can log on IPP at alibabagroup.com, and you can submit your company, your products, giving there are a lot of information. We have a team of IPP in New York City that can support your company if you think that there is an infringement in our platform. Also, Alibaba Group has many memorandum of understanding and cooperation with from Interpol to different customs all around the world to support our sellers and buyers to source and sell efficiently globally. We are here to support, as I mentioned, also your company can use different sub-accounts, can support your products in different regions that have probably different IPP protection laws. So our team is ready to support if in our platform something is you think that is not right. Lastly, I wanted to say that probably you will find some retailers, distributors that are selling products on behalf of different suppliers. If you are an wholesaler and you want to sell your products that are not that you distribute, we ask for the distribution agreement. So if you see an wholesaler, we check if his wholesaler has the right to sell the product in the storefront on Alibaba.com.
Right. So yeah, so there seems to be a variety of different ways to think about it and solutions. But like, there's also a Carmine specific question from Alex. Like, what are some of the most successful products or inventions that United Inventors Association has supported or worked with? In your opinion, what made them take off, stand out, and become successful?
Wow, that's a good question. So we work with. We have over 100,000 members. We work with some brands, but some of the ones that come to mind real quick are you probably heard of Scrub Daddy, Lion Latch, Bug Bite Thing. These are products that are just awesome. They take off depending on, a lot of them is marketing, a lot of them were packaging. Some were on Shark Tank. So we've had multiple products. We have, thousands of products that we've taken through our system, but those are some of the big ones that I just come to mind real quick. Advertising and marketing were some of the biggest things that helped them. I can tell you that. Television or marketing or influencers, if you want to say, were some of the things that really helped those products take off.
Yeah, so I guess it's like spreading it to as many people as possible.
Yeah.
There's also a question from Jeffrey Gelman. Do you have product developer guidance for new items for the pattern process? I'm not sure.
So real quick, Jeffrey, and Matty can jump on that too. Jeffrey, depending on what you mean by pattern process, if you mean like if you're talking about materials or looking for a pattern for that type of thing, yes, I'm sure that the Alibaba.com match program will be able to help with that also. But yeah, so there is developers and product developers not only in our company, but also I believe the match program could probably help with that.
Maybe I can add, we have a new program that is called Verify Supplier. So if you're sourcing for a specific product, our Verify Supplier membership that David probably will also talk about, is verified by a third party. So your company will be verified by SGS in Europe, by Bureau Veritas or TÜV. So when you're sourced for a product, for a company or a product, you see that this supplier is verified. This quality is also certified by a third party that actually check all the patents and all of that.
Also, there's another question from Ro that says, are there financing options or contacts? So I guess we're looking for a way.
I can answer real quick, and I know that Matty, you can. Through our companies, we have companies that can help inventors or product developers finance their ideas. Obviously, they have to be a business to do that. Just can't be, hey, I had an idea today and I need money for it. Very seldom people invest in ideas. You have to move it along to a pretty good section. It has to be fairly a product, not just an idea, to get some kind of investors or funding or angel investors. I know Alibaba also can help with things too. Alibaba.com.
Great. Are these resources free? Well, I think for the Alibaba.com portion, if you're sourcing, you don't have to make an account and pay to source. However, if you are trying to sell on the platform, there is a membership, as Mattia mentioned. Right. Although you can always book a meeting for free with us. That's something you can talk. That's free.
Yeah. There's information that's free. There's a lot of information out in the world that's free, but to do any type of processes or bringing a product to market, you kind of get what you pay for. Nothing is free in that sense. But you can get a lot of information as you guys know. not only on your platforms, on Alibaba.com platforms, on YouTube and things like that. So there's a lot of information out there that's no cost.
Yeah, actually, as Jessica mentioned, our first buyer account is free of charge. So you can register as we call the level 0 buyer. But obviously, the supplier will know that you are a level 0. So it depends on the supplier if he wants to sell to you or not, because you are level 0. We have 5 levels of buyers. Level 1 is a buyer that actually registered the company in our platform. To level 1 buyer is the buyer that receives feedbacks from different suppliers, and how, for example, posted request for quotation, and if he's using our trade assurance program. For example, level 4 buyers, I saw some level 4 buyers here today, are buyers that buy on our platform for 1+ million. So also from the seller side, you can target your marketing based on the level of the buyers, and you can decide to sell to a company. Maybe you don't want to sell to a little store and you want just to sell to big retailers. You can customize your marketing strategy based on the level of the buyers, and the level of the buyers being our community. For us, the trust that we want between sellers and buyers is the key of success of our community and of our platform.
Right. I think this also leads very well into Greg's question, which is, how do I locate a prototype company through Alibaba? Which actually, like, we do have something called ready to ship options. Some sellers will like provide that as an option. You can order things in much smaller minimum order quantities. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it really depends also on the product you are looking for. For example, if you're looking for beauty products, for a new beauty product, I worked in the beauty industry for many years. What you can do, if you know some manufacturers, some OEM or ODM, usually they post on the product showcases. Each storefront has product showcases that change constantly, that a seller can change constantly. There are usually the launch products and so on. But as I was mentioning, also is very important to understand the market, the price, rather than also the new product on our platform.
Yeah. And then we have a very specific question from Jack. It says, I have a patent of clear and clean vacuum cleaners that keeps people from cleaning a dust cup. How to start this Jedi lightsaber style handheld vacuum? This seems maybe a Carmine question.
There's Jack, great question, because you don't know where sometimes as an inventor or product developer, but the idea from what I think is you should utilize the Alibaba.com platform, look around, see what's out there. That's kind of, if there's anything like yours, but jump on that match program, because I think that match program, for the cost and what they do for you, I don't think anything else is out there like it. I think that's something that's perfect for that.
We have a short introduction to Match coming up later, so that's, if you stay on, you'll hear all about it. Similarly, Lennon's asking if he says, I have a product that is very well advanced. I'm ready for manufacturing and have a design patent. Can I seek investment on Alibaba.com?
No, you cannot seek investment on Alibaba.com, but what we do, and also if there are any financial institutions that are listening today, we partner with different financial institutions and with different associations like the United Inventors Association to support these companies to leverage on financing tools. In Italy, we have very strong partnership with the three major banks in Italy, and we support also these companies. We have many agreements with association governments all around the world, so I don't know where you are located, but also with state promotion agency that can support you. Today, Carmine and the United Inventor Association will accept our invite to partner for the future and to support startuppers, founders, and your members to leverage on our partnership to search and sell and to finance also their product ideas.
Okay, and then Antonio has a question. He says, if I have a couple ideas, would it be possible to meet one of your reps in the USA in person? I'm not sure who this is directed towards.
You can scan the QR code here. We can, or you can send me an email. You can contact me also on LinkedIn, and I will be happy based on where you are. We can arrange an online meeting or in-person meeting.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have like offices in the US. People have come and seen us before, so it kind of depends. I don't know about Carmine.
No, I think that they should. You guys have the reps. You definitely have the resources. They should definitely meet up with somebody, depending on where they are, like you said, Mattia.
Yeah, and then finally, last question from Ro, is there packaging design assistance?
Well, as I mentioned, our Alibaba.com, we partner with different association agencies all over the world. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Alibaba US Sellers, you will find a webinar that was organized on one of the major product design firm, Sunday Gray, that is based in Paris, New York, and Shanghai. We will have also another interesting webinar on December 2nd, I think, Jessica, with Atlas Network in New York. And Atlas Network support also companies to do packaging design, and we partner with them in a way that they can support companies to source this packaging on Alibaba.com. Again, it depends also on the industry. For the beauty industry, we have thousands of primary packaging and secondary packaging suppliers from all over the world. From Italy, for example, we have a lot of very unique packaging companies.
I'm actually sending them the YouTube replay for that webinar, but if anyone else wants it, did he say something?
I think we run out of time, Jessica. So if you have any other questions, you can send us an email. You can reach out to us on LinkedIn. You can scan the QR code and arrange a meeting with me and with the team.
Yeah. So do we want to move on to the last part?
Yep.
So very quickly, let us go through. Thank you so much for joining us, Carmine and Mattia, and let's welcome David. And hello.
Thanks everyone.
How's it going, everyone? I know it's been long. Thank you for the patience. I think Mattia and Carmine actually covered a lot of the materials that I wanted to cover. I'll keep this short and simple. I know there were a lot of questions before, whether that's IP related or whether that's selling on our platform. Should be able to tackle all those in this short presentation as well. So Carmine did a great job, kind of laying out that guideline of how to create your idea into a reality. How do you make it into a feasible idea that that could be produced, that could be bought out. Now you have that great idea. Then what's the next step? And I want to talk about how we can help you turn your dreams into reality. Carmine, thank you for the shout out for Alibaba Match. Alibaba Match, it's our new procurement service powered by no one other but Alibaba.com USA. So what Alibaba.com Match is, it's a new procurement service that we've launched. And the way it works, it's very simple. I know there's a lot of words here. I have another slide that kind of goes over the roles and responsibilities, but Jess, if you could show the next slide, I think that would be great. So very simple. Carmine, let's say, I'll just use Carmine as an example. Let's say Carmine has an idea for a product, let's say a water bottle here, right? But Carmine doesn't know where he's going to source it from. And he quite honestly doesn't know how to turn this idea into this tangible product. And that's where Alibaba.com Match comes in. It's a paid service. It's $999 per project. Now, after you pay it, the way it works is that we have a group of procurement consultants out in Los Angeles. These are all internal Alibaba, fluent English-speaking employees out of our Pasadena office. They're going to give you a call, say, hey, Carmine, what kind of product are you looking for? And you tell them exactly, right? Doesn't really matter how deep or broad the request is. I mean, obviously, as long as it falls within common sense, right? At the end of the day, this is another person creating a product for you. It's another person doing out this procurement task for you. So got to be within that realistic boundaries. But once we get all those details down, we leverage, the internal data that we have, but most importantly, our network of roughly 250,000 suppliers and manufacturers and OEMs out there that have opted into their service. So we're going to go through that database, right? We see which one of those suppliers could, fulfill your needs, and then we connect you with up to 3 suppliers. We'll be in those Zoom meetings for you. And let's say the supplier is out of China or in India, we'll be providing on-site, translation services as well. Now, I know earlier there were a couple questions about, IP-related stuff, specifically for the buyer side of things. I know there was some stuff about, I submit a request and the supplier has created the same product that I have, or questions about, do all products need to be patented? The easy answer is, to protect yourself from all this is 2 things. One, so from our side, what we do on the Alibaba Match side of things, when we're looking for these manufacturers, we tap into that data. And that data, it shows, who these reputable suppliers are, right? We see their proven work experience, right? Make sure they're actually they're capable of producing the quality of work that they say they can. And obviously having a clean record of those kind of complaints, that's all factored in when we find that right match for you. Now, if that's not enough for you, we recommend signing an NDA with the suppliers, right? That way you're protected and your intellectual property is protected. So really the bottom line for all of our platform and all the listings, the IP, intellectual property, and the infringement of it really is the bottom line, right? A supplier with a bad record of IP will not be on the marketplace anymore. We have very comprehensive rules of how we define that you could easily find in our terms and conditions for our marketplace on Alibaba.com. So just to I know one segue there, but just to kind of recap, Alibaba.com Match, the procurement service, let us do the hard work for you, right? There's a sea of different suppliers out there. It's going to be hard to find that exact person that could fulfill your needs. If you're interested, scan that QR code down below. It's just a meeting link with me. I'll be more than happy to walk you through the details and get you set up if you're interested. Now, for the other half of this conversation, I want to focus more so on the selling side of things, right? You have that brilliant idea, right? You made that idea into a reality. Now you got to scale up. You got to start selling. Just if you go to the next slide. It's Skinny. It's Skinny is just an example of one of our newest suppliers on our platform. They're a similar situation as the members of UIA that I'd assume, right? They're just starting off that journey. They're not really sure where to find these distributors, where to find these wholesalers. They come to Alibaba.com. We got 40 million active buyers across the world. These people are looking for your product. There's actually a case study about the CEO here. He mentions how he was able to find those distributors and wholesalers, companies that he wouldn't have the ability to do otherwise through the help of Alibaba.com. Now, similar success stories or case studies, you can find it on our YouTube as well. Scan the QR code and subscribe if you're interested. Next part. So the main part of this conversation, I want to really walk you through the seller journey, right? So the first 3 months, generally, we call it the onboarding stage. After the 3 months, you go into the growth stage. So in the onboarding stage, there's a couple of factors. There's business verification. BV is the way that Alibaba.com does our due diligence. Every single supplier you see on our platform has gone through this process. Just because you pay for the membership doesn't mean you could sell on our platform. We partnered with SGS and TUV in Europe. And we'll be asking you for basic documents like articles of incorporation, bank statements, phone statements, super basic stuff any legitimate business has. We verify that information that it's true. Once you pass, then you're allowed to start selling on our platform. And next up, you got assistant storefront building, product uploading team. And then I want to take everyone's attention to that account management support at the bottom. That really is where our memberships shine, right? You compare us to really any other e-commerce platform out there, whether that's Amazon, Etsy, Walmart Plus. the way they do business is that once you sign up to sell, they kind of leave you to yourself, right? You have a problem. Yeah, I'm sure there's a hotline that you can reach out. It's really not the most effective solution out there. Just next slide, please. So I want to focus on the account manager side of things. What's unique about Alibaba.com memberships is that all of our memberships come with a dedicated account management support. So easy way to think about these account managers is think of it as if you've hired a Alibaba professional. You've hired an Alibaba specialist. Really, everything throughout your Alibaba journey, whether that's step one of launching your mini site to posting products on your behalf, keyword optimization, advertisement, back-end troubleshooting, improving, score impressions and stored clicks, all that you could possibly imagine throughout your journey. It's our account manager's job to do it. Your biggest responsibilities are two things. One, provide them with the general direction as to where you want to take your storefront. Obviously, our AM team is very skilled, but they won't be able to, at the end of the day, you are the CEO of your company. You're going to be the one giving us that direction, right? Provide that direction, but the most important part is respond to inquiries in a timely manner. If a buyer out there is interested in your product, they say, hey, I'm interested in, let's say the example earlier from Jack, that vacuum. I'm interested in 100 orders of your vacuum. We can't answer that for you, but you can. So your responsibility is, again, two things: provide the general direction, but please respond to inquiries in a timely manner, right? Those are two of our biggest responsibilities. But the rest, really the heavy lifting, it's done by our account manager. And that's why if you listen to, our seller success stories or case studies, what they always mention is that AM support, right? That's what makes, your company versus, a company, let's say it's a company of two, just you and your wife out of your garage, versus a company, let's say like a multi-billion-dollar corporation out there. When you're on Alibaba.com, it doesn't matter how big or small your operations are. You have the support from our account managers, you have the data, you have the power of Alibaba's, full suite of solutions. Anyone could be a successful domestic business. Also, anyone could be a successful international business through Alibaba.com. And then finally, our cost structure. So standard e-commerce platforms, say like Amazon, Etsy, Walmart Plus, they take a commission off of your sales. If I'm not mistaken, Amazon takes anywhere from 8 to 45%. And honestly, if you think about it, if you're buying single orders, right? If you're transacting on a B2C, D2C model, fine. 8% from a one order, it's not that much, but we're talking B2B, right? Alibaba.com is strictly B2B. So when we're talking B2B, we're transacting at least at the crate load, the pallet load, the truck load. So the price, the range of the prices are significantly bigger than the transaction value is significantly bigger than what you'll see on a platform like Amazon. 8 to 45% on those kind of substantial transactions. Honestly, I quietly think it's highway robbery. So the way we operate is that we operate through an annual subscription. Whatever you sell on our platform, 100% for you to keep. We take 0% commission on your sales. So again, to be a supplier on our platform, you need one of these memberships. Pay for the memberships, you go through business verification, then you become a supplier. Now, big picture, we have three. We have standard, we have premium, we have verified supplier. All obviously comes with AM support. However, Basic's a little cheaper because it's a self-service membership. So if you're starting off for the first time on Alibaba.com, start off at standard. Start off at standard, you get the help of obviously myself, you get the help of our account managers. We'll help you set up your storefront, right? We'll get you access to our trading programs. That way, when year 2 happens, just throttle it down to basic. Get the cheaper one that doesn't have that AM support. Or if you like what you're getting and if you want to take it to the next step, opt in for our verified supplier, our flagship membership out there. Now, obviously, we understand that the usage of these memberships, the need for the type of memberships differs significantly based on what kind of company you are, based on what kind of stage you are in that growth process. So please scan that QR code again. Book some time with me on my calendar. Happy to walk you through what success on our platforms look like. Obviously, we'll be tailoring it specifically towards your company. Happy to share, company metric, our internal metrics on, based on the categories, just so we could help you really get that better understanding of what success on Alibaba.com looks like. And yeah, again, just the same QR code. Excited to speak with every one of you here. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions for David? David can answer any questions about Alibaba.com specifically and what you want to do if you want to get started. We're already a lot over time, so if no one has any questions, then I'm also fine with ending things here and letting everyone go home and go on with their day. But yeah, final call for questions. All right, seems that's it. Thank you so much for joining us. We have webinars every Wednesday at like 2 p.m. Eastern and 11 a.m. PST. Yep. And if you want, we will send you after this session, we'll also send you the PPT slides and also the webinar replay, as well as David's link, so you can always talk to him then. Thank you so much for talking to us. Hope to see you next time.